Alright guys, before I begin, please note that I originally wanted to make just one video where I spoke about both Sidharth Malhotra and Varun Dhawan because their career trajectory have been so similar, but I had to break that video just because of its runtime. So bear in mind that I'll be taking some points from that video, so if you haven't watched it already, please do so before watching this one. With that out of the way, let's begin. Varun Dhawan debuted alongside Sidharth in Student of the Year, and as I mentioned in my previous video, I loved that film. I think it was the best debut both the actors could have asked for, and it made an instant star out of both of them. Cut to today, if there's one word that I can use to describe Varun Dhawan, it's complacent. He's grown a little too comfortable in his current positioning in the industry, which is just sad for a leading actor as talented as Varun to be wasting his potential in cheap and unnecessary remakes like Judwaa 2 and Coolie No. 1. See, I'm not one of those haters who would shit over all his films not named Badlapur and try to make a statement about how pathetic his commercial filmography has been. I think Badrinath was a decent watch, and so was Dishoom to some extent. But for the love of God, Varun, stop making unnecessary remakes of mediocre 90s films that your dad made in his prime. These overtly misogynistic films that pass harassment as romance do not belong in today's world and should be left alone in the past while you do something more meaningful with your career. And it's not like I'm totally against revamping classic cinema for the current generation as well. When done right, it has proven to be a worthy enough follow-up like in the form of Dawn, Agnipath, and even Devdi. But focus on the word revamp. These movies were adapted from their past counterparts and forged into something more relevant for the audience at that time. They weren't ripped off scene by scene like Judwaa 2 was. Can you actually believe that scenes from the original where someone would spank a girl just because she turned her back to him, or a mother playfully teasing her real daughter because she just got forcefully kissed by a guy she just met, would make it to the remake in today's time? Sadly, they did. And you know what's even more sad? This garbage was a raging success at the box office. And you know what? Fuck these controversial issues with it. It wasn't even a good film that deserved to make so much money. It almost feels like we deserve to be subjected to such movies, which we are. Varun will be starring in Coolie No. 1 next. Again, a remake of his dad's original film starring Govinda, which has absolutely zero relevance today. And will make it an even bigger hit. And then we'll get another, and then another, and the wheel would keep on spinning. In a time when content-driven and socially intellectual films like Pink, Hindi Medium, and Newton were being made, and just when we thought that filmmakers were finally starting to respect their audience by indulging in well-written scripts, Judwaa 2 came and took us back to the 90s. The movie's success has already inspired a plethora of cheap and lazy remakes in the past 3 years, and Varun Dhawan, along with his dad David Dhawan, sits at the top of this mountain as the two standard bearers of this cinema. You look at Sidharth and you can see that the actor is trying his best despite his mediocre acting skills. And then you look at Varun, who is a gifted entertainer and a much more comfortable actor among the two, but has sadly become a victim of the immediate buzz that his films receive rather than vying for a long-term impact on the viewers that stars near his caliber often opt for. Varun simply needs to start respecting his own profession first, and then the fans who pay to watch his films on the big screen. Here's hoping that regardless of where this remake culture goes in the future, Coolie No. 1 is the last time at least Varun appears in a lazy remake that is made solely to bank on nostalgia and gives us something that is more meaningful or at the very least entertaining after this garbage. Thanks for watching the video guys. Please let me know in the comments down below if you agree or disagree with my thoughts. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It's really gonna help. You can follow me on social media here. My name is Amir, and I will see you soon.